Hello, welcome back. It's Thursday, May 14th, and today is about pizzas. Just looking at it makes me super hungry, and you know what I love on top of pizzas? Pepperonis. That's what we're going to talk about today. So, I had 51 pepperonis, and I'm trying to put that into 4 pizzas, just like I showed you in this picture. And make sure that there's the same number of pepperonis on each pizza because it wouldn't be fair if one pizza got more pepperonis than the other. So that's what we're working on today. And the problem is I have 51 pepperonis. I put the pepperonis onto 4 pizzas with the same number of pepperonis on each pizza. How many pepperonis are on each pizza? So we're going to go right into our retelling right now. I'm going to be covering that question and you're going to be telling it. Ready? Here we go. All right, I'm back from my pause and we're going to keep going. So make sure that you are on your page for 33. I'm right here too. In my binder, I have page 33. This is my CGI problem right there. And we're going to be reading, rereading, and doing all of that right now. So I'm going to read it. You're going to pause and then reread it. So I have 51 pepperonis. I put the pepperonis onto 4 pizzas with the same number of pepperonis on each pizza. How many pepperonis are on each pizza? I'm pausing right now. You're pausing, you're rereading, and coming back to me. Awesome. Now let's go right into our cubes. We're going to be circling, underlining, and boxing. Circling, we're going to circle the key numbers and the units. So I had right here 51 pepperonis. I see that right there. I'm taking my pen, circling that part right there. And I put the pepperonis onto, I see a number, but this is a different unit. So that's not pepperonis, but there's only 4 pizzas. So you need to really thinking about that. When you have 2 different units, what do you usually have to do? And I really want you to think about that tomorrow as well, because today's problem and tomorrow's problem are really similar. So really think about that. If I have 51 pepperonis and I'm putting that onto 4 pizzas, you have 2 different units. What do you do when there's already 2 different units? And I don't see any more numbers, so we're going to stop right there with the circling, and we're going to go into underlining the question. And if you go right here, I'm looking, I already see a how, which is how usually a question starts. So I see a question word and a question mark, and the question is how many pepperonis are on each pizza. So I'm going on and underlining that. Then we have our boxing of our math action word. This first sentence, I don't see anything. I had 51 pepperonis. That's okay. I put the pepperonis onto 4 pizzas. Okay, with the same number of pepperonis on each pizza. So I see a word that's really important right now, and it's the fact that you need to say that you need to have the same number of pepperonis on each pizza. You can't just put pepperonis on one pizza and not on the other, or just put different numbers, because what if one pie gets 4 pepperonis and then the other one gets like 20? That wouldn't be fair. And I also did each pizza because on each pizza you have to have the same number, which is really important. So that is that for here. Now we need to do our more or less than question. Here we go. Are there going to be more or less than 51 pepperonis on each pizza? Like, is each pizza going to have 51 pepperonis? I think there's going to be more than 51 pepperonis on each pizza. I think there's going to be less than 51 pepperonis on each pizza because, pausing right now, you're going to tell me why. Great job explaining, and we're going to hop on. So, quickly going over this so we can move right into our solving. Our numbers were 51 pepperonis onto 4 pizzas. You need to make sure to understand how many pepperonis are on each pizza. And you need to make sure that there's the same number of pepperonis on each pizza. These are the important parts that you really need to understand. And I need you to think about this right now. I'm going to go back to that picture all the way in the beginning. You ready? On this picture right here, you have pizzas. Imagine you have these pepperonis in your hand. You've got a whole bag, there's 51 of them. But you're sharing it with 3 other people. Would it be fair to have everyone else have more pepperonis than you? No, you want everyone to have the same number of pepperonis. How are you going to show me that in a picture form or in like numbers? How are you going to show us this? So that's what you're thinking about while you're solving today. Again, make sure this page is all done before you watch my video. So name, college, date. Did you do it? Do it right now. Pause the video, do it right now. Then this is already done with me because we should have circled, underlined, boxed while you were going through that problem with me. You can always go back. The great part about a video is you don't miss anything because you can always go back in the video and watch it again, which you can't really do in a classroom. Once in a classroom, if I'm done with it, it's kind of over. But if you're a slow writer or if you didn't understand something, you could always go back and think about it, and you have the time to rewind it and then go back and watch it again. You should have a first way. Usually the first box is a little bit bigger because I want you to be creative. You can draw, you can do a number bond way, you can think of other ways. This is why you have such a big box compared to this vertical way box, which honestly, vertical way or any sort of mathematical way with just numbers, it doesn't need that much space. Then after you're done solving, so this is, I have you do two ways, so you can do the first way to kind of test it out. Do a second way, so then you can see if the numbers match and you actually have the same number, the same answer. And this one you need to fill out as well, your number sentence and your answer and your word sentence. I'm going to tell you right now, you might not have enough to put the same number on each pizza. Maybe you can put those to the side. It's absolutely fine. Just because you have some pepperonis left over, it's not a big deal. You can just say, I have blank pepperonis on each pizza, and then I have these many left over. But if you have more than 4 left over, couldn't you put them on the pizza? I don't know. You need to actually think about this, but you need to make sure that all 4 pizzas have the same number of pepperonis. Once you're done with this page, you can come over to this page, and this part you can fill in with one of my ways while you're watching my video, and this is where you explain one of your methods to tell us, the teacher, how you're going to explain it to us when you're up there in front of the classroom next to the teacher while we're putting up your problem. So I'll see you in a little bit with the answers. Good job and good luck.
Okay, so in this problem, we know that we have 51 pepperonis. And we also have 4 pizzas. So we need to put 51 of these pepperonis on 4 pizzas. We want the same number on each pizza. I'm going to draw 4 big circles to show my pizzas, and we're going to actually put the pepperonis on here right now. And I'm going to make sure to draw in groups of 5 on the rows so it's easier to count. So I'm going to start now. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. So right now I put 5 pepperonis in each pizza, and that gave me 20. So I'm actually thinking that if I do 5 more in each, that might give me 40, which I'm going to do that right now. So 20, 21, 2, 3, 4. So right now I put 10 in each circle, and now I'm up to 40 because it's 10, 10, 10, 10. So it's 10, 20, 30, 40. Now from here, I'm thinking I'm going to go slowly because I only have 11 pepperonis left, and I'm not sure I have enough to put in each. Because if I were to do 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, that's only 8. But if I were to do 2, 3, 4, that's only 4. So now I'm just thinking of, all right, I have 11 pepperonis left. I'm just gonna draw my 11 pepperonis here. And I'm gonna cross it out while I put it in. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I still have 7 left, so I can put it because I have 4 pizzas. But now I run into a problem. I only have 3 pepperonis and I have 4 pizzas, and I want exactly the right amount of pepperonis on each pizza. So I'm thinking that these we can't use. So we're just going to have 3 pepperonis on the side, and I'm going to see how many pepperonis went into each pizza. So I have 2 rows of 5, so that's 10, 11, 12. There's 12 here. And I'm going to check each pizza to make sure that is the same amount. 10 right here, 11, 12, 12 here, good. 12 here, that's 5, that's 10, and 2 more is 12. So each pizza gets 12 pepperonis, and I have 3 pepperonis left over. Okay, so I think there's only one more way to do this, and it's because it's a little bit difficult to do this problem any other way. So we're still going to start off with the same of you have 51 pepperonis, and you have 4 pizzas. And I'm actually going to write my 51 here, and I'm going to draw just like that. So I already know that if I were to put 10, 10, 10, 10, that's 10, 20, 30, 40. So we can actually do that. So I'm going to actually take away a 10, that's 41. Put a 10 here. So this is my first pizza, this is my second pizza, my third pizza, and my fourth pizza. And you're just writing the numbers in. So now if I take another 10, this is 10 here, and that's 31. Take another 10, put it here, that's 21, and take another 10 here, and put it here, and now we only have 11 left. I can't put 10 anymore in each one because I don't have enough. So I'm just going to put 1, and let's see. Maybe I could put 2? Let's think about this. If I were to do 1, 2, 3, 4, that's only 4. And I actually have more than 4 left over when I subtract that. So maybe we'll put 2 in each. So if I were to put 2, 4, 6, 8, that's smaller than 11, and we can do that. So we're going to take away 8. That's 3. And we're going to put 2 in each one. And if you add these all together, you get 12 in each box, which is 12 pepperonis in each, and then 3 left over. You have to remember that 3 pepperonis left over. And I believe those are my 2 ways.
Awesome. Now that you're done, we're on to this page. If you noticed, we actually had 3 pepperonis left over, which I showed you right here. This was a slightly tricky question because you put 12 on each slice, and then you have 3 pepperonis left over, which you can't put here because that's not fair to this 4th person who might not get that pepperoni. So my word sentence is, there are 12 pepperonis on each pizza and 3 pepperonis left over. Great job, and I will see you tomorrow with a very similar question, so think about this.